Ubisof officially revealed their new Assassin's Creed game called Assassin's Creed Shadows yesterday, and it is riddled with controversy. And as you can see here, it is indeed ratioed. 219,000 likes to 327,000 dislikes. So it is being hammered for a multitude of reasons. First one, gonna go through this one real quick. On the box art, it says internet required, and a lot of people don't like that. I don't like when that is a thing for games. I like having physical copies, and I want the game on the disc. I also don't want to have to be connected to the internet to play it. And they came out and clarified that this morning, saying that you do have to be connected to install the game, but you can play it without being connected to internet after you install it. So at least you don't have to be connected to the internet while you play it, but it is annoying that you need to be to install it, meaning that it's probably not all going to be on the disc, or it's going to need an update to play it, which is annoying. That's why some people are mad at that. And the second one is the pricing and all the different editions, the predatory practices these gaming companies do. And this is from Grums, who we're going to use a lot of his tweets here because he's been chronicling this whole thing. He says Ubisoft's trying to get away with quadruple A BS again, referring to Skull and Bones. They tried to sell that game as a quadruple A game, the first quadruple A game ever, and that was BS. And obviously they're charging full price $70 for the base game, standard edition, and you get a pre-order bonus with that if you pre-ordered it, obviously. Gold edition, $109.99. You get base game, the pre-order bonus if you pre-order, the season pass, and 3 days early access. Let's blow this up. Ultimate edition, $129.99. Get all that and the ultimate pack, which I believe is just a bunch of skins. And if you have Ubisoft Plus, which is $17.99 a month, you can play the ultimate edition on there. Which, if you want to play the ultimate edition for cheap, I guess you can subscribe for like a month or however long you need to play it, and then unsubscribe once you're done, if you don't mind not owning it. But Ubisoft's been doing this for years, so it's not anything new, but it feels like it's reached a new level since Skull and Bones. You had that controversy, you had Star Wars Outlaws controversy recently with the pricing, and you have to get the Ultimate Edition, I think, for the Jabba the Hutt mission. People were bashing that, and that also has a bunch of controversy surrounding it, Star Wars Outlaws. Now you have this, even though, again, they have been doing this format for years. It's not anything new, but still, it's just kind of scummy. So, just a lot of people mad at that. That could be largely the reason why it's getting dislike bombed here. I don't know if dislike bomb is really the correct term, but getting disliked into oblivion. And then, of course, you have the controversy surrounding one of the protagonists, Yasuke, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know. But he is a black samurai. Once people saw this, it just became a whole big thing. And Grums here shows the Wikipedia page, although it's Wikipedia, so not everything on Wikipedia is true, as we'll show here. Not everything on Wikipedia is true, but Assassin's Creed Shadows character Yasuke was never a samurai. He highlights this sentence. It's important to note that there are no historical writings or evidence that Yasuke was considered a samurai. He was never given a fief, I think I'm saying that right, or referred to as one in any writings. And according to most experts, he was a retainer, which I'm not an expert on this, obviously, but as far as I know, that's kind of like an assistant to a samurai, or, for lack of a better term, a slave. As far as I'm concerned, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to say something different, whether it's true or not, I don't know. So after this was pointed out, people went to Wikipedia and edited it. They just deleted the passage from the Wikipedia page. And this has happened time and time again. And recently it's happened with Warhammer, with the whole female custodies thing, where lore says there have never been female custodies, and then they decided to add them recently. And they changed the entry that said there were none to there have been, or just deleted it entirely, I don't remember. But once this was pointed out that they deleted it, there was a whole edit war, as Grums describes, on Wikipedia for the Yasuke page. So people were adding it back, deleting it, adding it back, deleting it. Apparently this Theozilla guy is the one that was editing it out of the Wikipedia page. And at the moment, it is not there. See, right here at the very beginning is where that passage about him not being a samurai was. And it is gone. I guess I can refresh the page and check if anything has changed. And still the same. It is indeed gone for the moment, at least. And like I said, there's been a lot of people who have called this out and are not happy with this choice of protagonist. And this guy right here, obviously, he's black, and he is not happy either. And this has gone viral, has 5.6 million views. And might have changed by now. Let it refresh. Got a lot of tabs open. 6.3 million views. And he does not like the fact that they decided to put in Yasuke as the protagonist. Let's listen to him.
So we got our first look at the new Assassin's Creed game, and I gotta say, man, I'm not impressed. I'm actually just really annoyed right now. We have two main protagonists, one female, one male, just like Odyssey. We're gonna be using Neo. I hope I said that right.
I think it's Noe, but I'm not sure. Or Naue. I don't know, I'm not Japanese, so I'm trying my best, but I think that's more accurate. But let's let him continue.
Female Japanese character. And for the male character, they're gonna be using Yasuke. Now, I'm annoyed because they're using Yasuke, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yasuke is what they want to say is the first black Japanese samurai, when in all actuality, he was not even a samurai. He was a retainer, so he wasn't even a full-blown samurai. And for all of the characters they could have used for Japan, all these kind of different people they could have picked from, they picked Yasuke. Why do they pick Yasuke? Because he's black. So in context, that doesn't matter to me, because in all the Assassin's Creed games, every single character has been of some kind of different race and nationality, so that doesn't matter to me. That's fine. But you have to understand what day and age we're in. You have to understand the kind of social shit that they want to try to get across in these video games now. So instead of using a Japanese man in a game based in Japan, like they did with the other Assassin's Creed games, Altair, he was an Arab, obviously. One of my favorites, Connor, in Assassin's Creed 3, he was Native American, that was fine. And the most famous of them all, Ezio Auditore, who was Italian. So why in all those games would you have a character representative of the region they're from? But in this game, you want to demote a Japanese man and then use Yasuke. I understand why, we know why, but they're not going to tell you why, because if you call it out, you're some kind of ist or phobe or whatever. And since I'm black and I'm calling it out, that means that I must hate my skin or something. You know how they do. I just see this and my immediate thought is they did this for brownie points.
And I think that is definitely part of it. I think I can't sit here and deny that they probably picked them because, oh, we can get brownie points with this one. But it might not be the whole reason. There have been people arguing that they could have seen Ghost of Tsushima and all the comparisons to Assassin's Creed that drew, which I myself compared it to Assassin's Creed. Everybody was calling it a better version of Assassin's Creed. An Assassin's Creed game we never got. So they might have wanted to differentiate from that a bit, and having Yasuke would help do that. I think that definitely could be part of the reason, but also definitely brownie points from the progressive crowd.
I can't think of any other reason why you would have a Assassin's Creed game based in Japan, which we've been clamoring for since the beginning of Assassin's Creed, and then have the main protagonist that is a male be black. I see that and I'm like, there's no other reason than I want claps for it. There's no other reason. And I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. I've played every game. I love every game.
And that is true. Everybody's been clamoring for this since Assassin's Creed became a thing. And now you get this and the main male protagonist is black. It's just kind of odd that they do this, since I think maybe every Assassin's Creed game, the characters kind of reflected the area it's in. People say Black Flag, Edward Kenway, he's Welsh, well, he's in the Caribbean, but he's also a pirate, so I don't really think that counts. But otherwise, every other main character has reflected the region they're from, or they're in. And he's going to go on to say, I'm obviously not racist or sexist or any of this stuff, because my favorite Assassin's Creed characters are Connor Kenway, Cassandra, etc. But it's not going to matter. People are still going to call you that, even though you're not, obviously. And I do agree with him. He says he doesn't really care that he's the main character. And I don't either. I think Assassin's Creed has always taken liberties with history, even though Yasuke was never a samurai by most accounts. I really don't care that they made him one. It's just Assassin's Creed taking their own liberties. It's just the reasoning that they did it is the problem, and is it going to be done well? That is an issue, but people will call you all the names for calling this out. And the same people that do that are the same ones that complain about Ubisoft never letting a female be the main protagonist for an Assassin's Creed game. They're always accompanied by a male when they are, or it's pick a character, like Odyssey and Valhalla. And it is rumored that the next game, Assassin's Creed codename Hexy, is gonna have a solo female protagonist named Elsa. And it's coming from the same guy that leaked these protagonists as well. Said Yasuke was gonna be one. I think that is gonna happen. I'd just be very surprised if they made a game set during Witch Trials that didn't have a solo female protagonist. I think that would be tone deaf. And I actually agree with this criticism as well. Just commit. Just commit. Don't make me choose an Assassin's Creed game whether I want to be a male or female. Just pick one. Don't let me choose and then always make the female one canon. They did it with both games, with Cassandra and female Eivor. And it just seems like they would just keep making the female protagonist the canon protagonist. So just commit. I really don't care. Most people won't care. But Japanese people are not happy with this decision either. Learning the Law tweeted this out. Let's see how well received the latest stunning and brave Assassin's Creed Shadows is in Japan. I'm sure things are going to be fine. Oh my god. And he has a few tweets here. No, these are just a few tweets, but I think this does represent a lot of Japanese gamers. So let's read these. The first one, a game where black people massacre Japanese people in the Sengoku period is a perfect example of Ubi. It's what happens when political correctness is taken to the extreme. And obviously had that Stop Asian Hate that whole campaign going during COVID, and it was mostly black people who were the ones that were committing the crimes against Asian people. Then it kind of stopped. So that's what this is in reference to. And here's another one. I don't think it shows the original, but translation. The sword is in the wrong position. So good to have it open at your side. I wanted Yasuke to appear as an ally, just like a side character. Are they mocking Japan? They should have made somebody like Saizo Kirigakure as an assassin. I don't know if that's correct. Trying my best. It's a bit disappointing. I wanted to play as a Japanese ninja. It's my favorite game since I started with Syndicate and have played everything. This is so sad. It's kind of funny that Syndicate was your first one and became your favorite series. I like Syndicate, actually. It's some of the most fun I've had in an Assassin's Creed game. Story and writing's kind of shit, but I like it. Here's another one. I don't think there are any Japanese people supervising the architecture. It's Chinese and filled with lanterns, torii gates, and paper lanterns, so it doesn't feel like this. I think the Shogun stands out after the good examples in the drama. And that is a TV series that was recently released on FX and Hulu. Haven't watched it yet, but I'm interested in it, so I might watch that soon. Then also tweeted out a bunch of YouTube comments. I'm not going to read all of these. Think you get the point. So it doesn't seem like Japanese people are very happy with how their culture is being represented either. Like, there are so many famous samurais that you could have picked, and you picked somebody that wasn't even a samurai, according to most experts. It's just an odd decision, and one that's really hard to deny that is at least partially for brownie points. So Grums originally tweeted out that Ubisoft had changed the story of Assassin's Creed Shadows and then added Yasuke afterwards for brownie points because of DEI. And then later on he tweeted out this. I have other sources that I trust that are telling me that the story might be unchanged after all. I can't go into specifics, but this original poster might not have had the full story. Long and short of it, AC Shadows has had a long development and has gone through many hands. We don't know what the final result will be. Time will tell. To me, the real issue is the edit war happening right now on Wikipedia. Fictional game is fictional, and as long as it's a good game without DEI, I'm fine with it. And then somebody asked him to clarify the last part, asked him, "Hey Grums, just make sure I'm understanding your point. You're okay with Yasuke being the main character so long as the game is good? I'm a little slow when it comes to these things." And he responded, "Yes, if the change was not done for pandering, and I'm told it was not, casting doubt on the Ubisoft OP original poster, and the character is well written, the game is good. But this is Ubisoft we're talking about," implying that we shouldn't expect the highest of quality from Ubisoft, which is correct. Even though I like the Assassin's Creed games, not the highest of quality. Now, I was actually kind of surprised he had this take. I thought he was just gonna be out on the game because Yasuke was the main character. I didn't think he'd be okay with that because I thought he would want a Japanese male character there instead of a black samurai, but I guess as long as the game's good, he's okay with it. Good, I agree as well. And I think this also lends to the theory that they did this to differentiate from Ghost of Tsushima and maybe some other games that are similar to that or are set in Japan. And I do think that is a decent part of this. If not the biggest part of this, I do think they want to differentiate themselves from Ghost of Tsushima. I think that was a big consideration when they were making this game. And also, for brownie points, but as long as it's good, I don't think it really matters. The guy exists. So yeah, it might be pandering, but if it's good, it's good, in my opinion. But Memology 101 found who the lead writer is on Twitter. Here's her profile, and she obviously has pronouns in her bio, shocker. And that is her profile picture. So that is your lead writer right there. And look who she follows. Sweet Baby Inc. Now, this doesn't mean they're involved, just means that she likes them. She just be a lunatic. And if you don't know who Sweet Baby Inc. is, they're a consultancy firm that game studios can hire to go over their story, their writing, their characters, and make them politically correct. Now, is this a good sign? No, obviously, but it doesn't mean they're involved with the game. Now, they were apparently involved in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I thought was okay. It's probably the second worst game in my opinion. Assassin's Creed game in my opinion. I think Unity is the worst, but I thought the base game was okay. The DLCs were bad in my opinion, for the most part. I didn't think they were very good. But apparently they were indeed involved in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They used to be featured on the Sweet Baby Inc. website. And here's an archive link if you want to check it for yourself. This is deidetected.com. This is from the creator of Sweet Baby Inc. Detected Steam group, Steam curator. You can check that out for yourself. But there is no indication that they are involved with Shadows as of now. And I'm not sure if they're involved with Mirage at all either. Guess they weren't on the website or they weren't in the credits. Somebody would have found that by now. So I don't think they were. At least not credited. But yeah, again, low expectations. This is Ubisoft. Don't expect the highest of quality. If Sweet Baby does end up being involved, that's disappointing. My overall thoughts on this are, I'm okay with Yasuke being the main character. It's just the potential reasoning they did it that bothers me. The DEI aspect of it. But as long as the game's good, it's good. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't care that he wasn't actually a samurai in that they made him one. This is Assassin's Creed. They take liberties all the time. So I don't have much of an issue with that. Other people obviously gonna have different opinions, and that's fine. Me personally, don't care. I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a shot. Hopefully I like it. Hopefully it's good. We'll find out when it comes out. November 15th, I believe, is the release date. So find out then. But let me know in the comments down below what you think about this controversy and the others I covered. Thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment, share. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.